We are happy to welcome you to Amalgamated Sugar's Sugar Beet Harvest. Whether this will be your first harvest or you've worked many harvests, we will briefly train you on your duties and responsibilities as members of our team. Each year, growers of amalgamated sugar harvest and deliver approximately 7 million tons of sugar beets, grown on 180,000 acres throughout Idaho and parts of Oregon and Washington. A typical receiving station will unload as many as 8,000 truckloads of beets in 4 or 5 weeks. Please pay attention and feel free to ask questions so you are equipped to do your part safely. Piler operators and platform workers' key responsibilities are to assist drivers in backing up to the piler and direct the unloading and piling of sugar beets. They're also tasked with communicating with dirt truck drivers and quality samplers to help them do their jobs safely and efficiently. Prior to coming to work each day, be sure you know what time the station is opening and when you are to be at work. When you arrive, be sure to clock in at the scale house. You will be issued all necessary personal protective equipment, or PPE. This will include safety glasses, a hard hat, and a reflective vest. You are to wear these items anytime you are on the receiving station grounds. You must also wear closed-toe shoes with ankle support. Under the direction of your station foreman, you will complete the startup checklist for your specific piler. This would also be a good time to perform a Take 5 hazard assessment, referred to as a Take 5, together with the rest of the piler crew and assess the working conditions for the day. Once your checklist and Take 5 are complete, lock out the piler and begin oiling. Platform workers will assist the operator in oiling. Do not access areas of the piler behind lockout gates or guards without locking out the piler. You will be trained in person how to lock out and oil your specific piler. Some chains need to be oiled daily, while others are oiled or greased less frequently. If you have questions regarding lockout areas or oiling procedures, ask your foreman or crop consultant. After oiling the piler, remove your locks and turn the power to the piler back on. To do this, first make sure the platform workers and quality samplers are accounted for. Then, in a loud, audible voice, say "Power on," so the crew knows you are turning the piler power on.
All clear? Power on.
After turning on the power, start the piler and let the machine run for a few minutes prior to unloading your first truck. This is especially important on frosty or wet mornings. Doing so will prevent the belts from slipping when loaded with beets. To start the piler, sound the buzzer or horn to alert the crew and others near the piler of your intention to start the machine. Be consistent in how you use the horn as a signal. When starting the piler, use the proper sequencing of your specific machine. In general, start the boom first, then the screen, followed by the incline, hopper, and last, the cross conveyors. Be sure to know the location of the red emergency stop buttons. In general, the quickest way to shut down a piler without using the emergency stop is to shut off the boom. Doing so will shut the rest of the piler off. Anytime the piler is running, an operator must be at the operating station within reach of the controls. Do not leave it running unattended. Prior to unloading any trucks, make sure the dirt truck is in position under the piler. Communicate with the driver and make sure he or she is ready to begin unloading trucks. Quality samplers should be in position and ready to take samples. Once you are ready to start guiding trucks onto the piler to unload, all platform workers should be at their workstations. Again, this may vary from piler to piler. Use clear and consistent signals when communicating with drivers. Big, circular hand motions with a gauge of how far the truck is from the piler are preferred. Realize the driver is 60 or 70 feet away from you and may have limited visibility. Once the truck is on the platform, use the gauging motion to indicate to the driver how much more he or she needs to come back. Each truck will vary in size and design. Be aware and watchful of tail lights, structural components, and mud flaps. Avoid allowing the truck to contact the piler. Do not stand on the backup ramp while a truck is backing up. Remain completely clear of the truck and do not touch it. Do not back up a truck while the driver is on his or her phone. As an employee of Amalgamated Sugar, you should never use your cell phone while working on the piler. Your crop consultant may approve certain employees to use their phones to contact them throughout the day. If you are caught using your phone while operating the piler or working on the platform, disciplinary action will be taken. The operator and platform workers manage the flow of beats from a truck by giving signals to the drivers. If a driver is unresponsive to your signals, let your foreman or crop consultant know, and he or she will address the issue. Do not confront the driver. Most pilers will unload one truck at a time. Others can unload 2 trucks at a time. Make sure to maximize the capacity of the piler by keeping the hopper full. Avoid allowing beats to spill over. Operators should make sure the dirt is emptied into the dirt truck after each load. Depending on the piler, the operator or the quality samplers will dump the dirt. Clearly communicate with the quality samplers when to record the weight and dump the dirt. Make sure the dirt chute empties completely. In muddy or wet conditions, it may be necessary to split weigh the dirt and dump it twice during a load to avoid overloading the dirt belt. As you are building a pile of sugar beets, you will move incrementally. To keep the pile uniform, you will need to move approximately 3 feet each time the current position fills. Moving too far back will leave large valleys on top of the pile and may create storage problems. The number of trucks a piler can unload before needing to move varies. You will become familiar with when to move as you gain experience. Your foreman or crop consultant will also provide direction. When it is time to move, a specific person must be assigned to watch the power cord. Do not move the piler without knowing where the cord is or how much length is available for your move. To move the piler, finish unloading the trucks on the platform and stop others from backing up. Platform workers should pick up spilled beets while the operator allows the piler to run all the beets off and dump the dirt. Before entering the platform area to pick up spilled beets, make sure the driver of the next truck in line has come to a complete stop and acknowledges your presence on the platform. The operator will then shut down the piler and start the hydraulics. He or she will then raise the platforms and piler. Once the piler is ready to move, the operator will use the horn to communicate with the piler crew and dirt truck driver. Use a different signal for moving than for starting. Be consistent in your signals. After moving, lower the platforms and piler and turn off the hydraulics. Follow the startup procedure and resume operation. Remember, never leave the piler running without an operator at the controls. Each piling ground has its own unique shape and method of piling beets. Some piles follow a straight line, while others may bend at a certain point. In general, make sure to keep the pile as straight as possible. Pay attention to which way the piler is pointing before moving. As needed, your crop consultant or foreman will flag or mark a path for you to follow. Pay close attention to the location of the boom and always avoid running it into the pile of beets. Make sure you move the piler before it backs up with beets. Doing so will avoid expensive downtime and damage to the machine. Throughout the day, you may encounter operational shutdowns, such as a rock becoming caught in the screen. If you need to enter any part of the piler to solve the problem, complete a take 5 with anyone who will be involved in fixing it. Lock out the piler before entering the machine. If you are unsure how to fix the problem, contact your foreman or crop consultant. If a mechanical issue occurs, notify your foreman or crop consultant immediately. Do not attempt to fix the machine yourself. When the maintenance crew arrives, be thorough in explaining what happened so they can resolve the issue. Assist the maintenance crew only as requested. Be courteous and allow them space and time to do their job. Always be aware of the location of the power cord. Pilers operate on 480 volts of electricity, and damaging the cord can cause dangerous and possibly fatal accidents. Make sure you do not bury the cord with beets. If this happens, stop the piler and notify your foreman immediately. As the station prepares to close for the day, your scale person will notify the operator or foreman when there are no more trucks to be unloaded. After unloading the last truck, lock out the piler and prepare to clean it. Before entering the machine, perform a take 5 with all who will be assisting in the cleaning process. As you enter areas of the piler to clean, maintain 3 points of contact. Take your time and ask for help where needed. Make sure to clean and scrape the cross conveyors, hopper, and dirt chute. Check under the boom for dirt accumulation. Depending on the weather and the condition of the beets, additional cleaning may be required. In muddy conditions, the piler may need to be backed out throughout the day or after closing to clean mud and dirt from underneath it. Do not leave and go home until cleaning has been completed. Make sure to remove your personal lockout lock from the power box and leave the power off. Before leaving, make sure the power box is locked with the piler lock. Clock out at the scale house and make sure you know when to arrive the next day. Thank you for doing your part to safely complete another harvest campaign.